Hey, this is Yankee7411 and I'm going to be doing a video review of the iPad. Alright, now that we're back, I'll go ahead and talk about the design and then we'll get up and close with it, talking about operating system. Alright, so as you guys can see from the back, it is a nice, very expensive feeling aluminum. It feels very much like the first iPhone. It doesn't scratch nearly as much as an iPod Touch or the plastic on the iPhone 3GS. You have your little Apple right here that it's made out of plastic, and that's where the Wi-Fi receivers are. It gets very good Wi-Fi at my house. Some people complained about it. I haven't noticed any of those things. As you guys can see, the device is very thin. So yeah, it's very thin. But one of the cons is the screen is very reflective, and sometimes it's hard to see when you're outside what you're doing. I'll go ahead and show you some of the little buttons. This thing has very few buttons, very much like the iPhone. So, it has volume rocker, which feels very expensive. Screen lock, which stops the screen from rotating. You have your sleep and awake button. Headphone jack, 3.5mm. Microphone, it's a very small little hole. And then nothing on the side. On the bottom you have speakers. I'm not too sure if it's mono or stereo. I'm pretty sure it's stereo because it has an option to switch it to mono in the settings. And then you have your little iPod connector. Alright, now that we've talked about the hardware, design-wise, we'll go ahead and get up close and talk about operating system. Alright guys, to turn on the system, you would hit the button up in the right-hand corner, which looks very much like the button on an iPod Touch. And then you can also click the home button. It brings up a sliding mechanism just like the iPod Touch. You can either slide it or you can click that button right there, which goes into a slideshow. And then it does all sorts of cool flipping origami type things. So when you get to the home screen, it looks very familiar. To give you an idea, there's the iPod Touch. And to one of the first cons, or one of the first pros of the iPad, is the size of the screen. The screen real estate is awesome, and that's why I really enjoy using the iPad at home. Alright, so that was the first pro of the iPad, was the size of the screen. The next pro, I would have to say, would be the keyboard. The keyboard on this thing is very good. In this orientation, you can actually type with two thumbs, just going like that. It's very responsive. It doesn't come up like a iPhone would. It does not come up like the buttons when you click on them on the iPhone. They seem to come up. These ones, they're big enough you can tell what you're clicking. So we'll go ahead and go to Safari. That's one of the main features of this device. As you guys can see, it's almost the exact same as the real internet on your computer, as is the iPod Touch, but it's much bigger. It's much more fun to use. And you can watch videos within the actual browser while it's playing and you're still navigating the screen. So as on top you have your little bar where you can have your favorites. I'll go ahead and go to Macworld, I guess, give you an idea of how fast this is. I can just hit the freaking thing. There we go. So it's a pretty fast device. It loads things pretty fast. WWDC's tomorrow, guys. New iPhone could be coming out. So as you guys can see, exact same techniques as on the iPod. I'm comparing a lot of things to the iPod, but it is true there are a lot of things that are similar. So, as right here you have where you can add the bookmark, and you have your history. As throughout the whole iPad, you'll notice that it has these multiple, like it has menus within the actual application, rather than going to whole new screens. And then you can just add a new page like that. We'll go to YouTube. So I think you guys get the idea of this application. Much bigger, much more fun to use, and I think it works a little bit better than the actual on the iPod Touch. So you click your home button. Alright, so now to the iPod. The iPod is very much like iTunes on your actual Mac or PC. It has that physics engine going again, and then on the left side you have your second menu. Like I mentioned, there are multiple menus. And then you have more options to switch between artists, songs. There's no cover flow. I think they will add that. That'd be a really nice feature. And then you have your volume. I'll go ahead and play a song. And the speaker sounds very good. I'll go ahead and turn up the volume all the way. And then you have where you can scrub, slow it down, things like that, and then it goes to a full screen like that. So I'll go ahead and pause it. You have your all the features from a regular iPod. It's just a lot bigger and more user-friendly. Show videos. This is very nice how they've implemented, how they've added and revamped the videos application. So you have your options, movies, TV shows. Go ahead and show this video, and it just has, the screen is very clear on this thing, and you got your usual controls, and it gives you a little bit of information on each side. It's a little bit better example when you're looking at something like this. It gives you information on the left side. When you flip it, same type of view. Alright, I guess I'll go to the iBooks application, which is a very, very good application, the best e-reader on the market, except for the LED light, which can affect your eyes. During daytime, you will not notice that, but if you're one of those late readers, it might hurt your eyes a little bit. So as you guys can see, the pages do follow your fingers. Very, very, very realistic. I remember when I first used the iPad, I was hoping that it would do that, and they did. And then you have this little thing where you can scrub between pages very fast. If you hold your finger on a word, you can copy it, you can search it up in the dictionary, bookmark it, or search. I don't see why you couldn't copy the whole book and just make it into just share it with other people. I don't know how they're going to fix that. I'm sure some people will do it. And then you got the dictionary, and it just comes up in a separate window. So, go back to the library, where you have all your books right there. It comes with Winnie the Pooh for free, and it's a very long book, I found out. And it just flips over, revealing the iBook store. Very cool. There's not many books on right now, but it's very much like the App Store, but just with books. And I'm not going to show you guys iTunes or the App Store because they look almost exactly the same as the iBook store. I will show you maps though. Maps are a very, very awesome thing on this thing. You can see it's got that physics thing going on again. You can peel back the page like that. I'm actually moving the iPad. Go ahead and get that. There we go. Have it laying on this little mat thing. That's what the black stuff is. So you can change it to terrain, which kind of gives you a mountain, shows you how the mountains are. You got satellite. And hybrid's pretty much where you just have, it shows you the names of the streets too. And then classic is just this way. You can do searches up in the right hand corner. Alright, so now to one of the main applications that they really have improved. They've really used it to optimize the whole screen, and that would be the calendar. The calendar is very good. I don't have very many things on it right now, but you can just rub your finger over an event and it pops it up. You can flip it sideways. It reveals more menus. Mail has been very improved. I love the Mail application. As you can see, it brings up another menu. Go ahead and flip this thing sideways, and it has that menu still right there. And you're not leaving the actual mail right there. You're keeping the actual message right there, but you're also navigating the screen. And then also to lock that, you flip the switch that's on the top, and it will not switch, which is nice. I find I'm using that very often. Switch that around. Battery information is up in the right hand corner. And obviously you have backgrounds. Guess I can show you how to do a background really quick. So, and also I can discuss photos right now. You can use your fingers to slide it open, slide it closed, and then show you this one. And then make it into your background. You would go right there, and then up in the right hand corner it has options to email the photo, use as wallpaper, and copy photo. I'm not going to make it the wallpaper because I like my wallpaper, but that's where the option is. Then you can scrub through them very fast down there. And then you got your usual pinch and zoom, and you can make it go sideways. And then to shrink it, you can just go like that. Is there anything else YouTube. YouTube is awesome. They have really made this, they've really optimized YouTube for the big screen. So I'll click on my video right here, and it brings it in, and then you have your information like comments, more from, where you can leave, or comments are very nice. You can go ahead and read right through. You cannot respond to comments for some reason. And then to go to full screen, you would this is the very praised Xbox versus PS3 for John Rettinger and their site. Alright guys, so I've given you guys a general overview of most of the applications. Some applications I did not show, like iTunes and the App Store, because they're too similar to the iBook Store. There's no reason to really go through those. Trying to make this review short. Alright guys, this is Yankee7411 signing out.